This is not the most flattering advertisement picture I've ever seen on the internet. Alexa, what's the temperature right now? Well, that means the cold weather shelter will not be open today at the Lutheran Church across the street from the YMCA. But seeing as it's Sunday, the church might be open anyway. Might be time to gear up and go for a walk. See how cold or how warm I am by the time I reach that church. Some people just think feet are gross. Well, one of the most important things that they teach you early on in the military is take good care of your feet. It's kind of messed up, but really hard men like Navy SEALs get pedicures to make sure that their feet are in top shape. Because, hey, if your feet fail you in combat, chances are things are going to go poorly. But before I go out into the wilderness today, I'm putting on something very special. A sweet little old lady gave me a pair of gray socks. So I'm going to gear up, put those gray socks on my feet. And I want to say that she even gave me an extra pair, because having an extra pair of socks in your supply bag, when your feet get cold, when they get wet, having a dry pair of socks is about as good as it gets. Can't wait to see where these socks take me today. Well, the gray socks that I got from St. Paul's Lutheran Church are working quite well this morning. It's been quite some time since I've been under the bridge here on Winneconne by Commercial. Hopefully there's nobody sleeping under here today, because it is cold and it's going to be really, really cold tomorrow. We're talking 35 degree below wind chill. I don't want to get my feet all wet, but we got to see if the words still stay. It's cold. Masked heroes hide in shadow lurking. Dare to trust those that hide their face. Training, learning, and always working. Fight for a world that's a better place. Well, that one's still there. Now this one's more into the wind, and oh yeah, you can see it's fading away. All that remains pretty much is the phrase, "Old brave soldier that I befriended." This is the memorial poem that I made for Keith. Can you see it? R.I.P. Keith, who passed away in 2024 here in Neenah. Yeah, the wind comes from under the bridge here. It's kind of been erasing this poem, but you know what? I'll have to go to the store and spend a $2 bill and get some cheap sidewalk chalk and put that poem back up where it belongs. And more importantly, put up R.I.P. Keith. Because people need to know that a soldier slept under this bridge and he passed away in our city. We should do everything we can to make sure that history doesn't repeat itself here in Neenah, Wisconsin. All right, we're trudging over the bridge. Alexa says it's 19 degrees out. Well, man, that wind makes me feel like it's
30 below. It is freezing out here today. But my feet are warm. That's for sure. I just called my buddy $2 Bill on the phone. Told him that, hey, I was walking to church today. And I wanted to see if when I got there, if I felt warm or cold inside. And he was not too happy to hear that story. He yelled at me and said, hey, so this is the one day this year you're going to church? And I'm like, yep, Bill, this is the day. So instead of a celebration, it ended up being kind of a twisted mockery, which is kind of a sad story. But hey, one of my biggest heroes of all time tried to make the world a better place with his message and with his actions. And well, they didn't treat him very well either. So that's kind of the story that drives me forward when things get really cold and really miserable. You think you're having a bad day? Well, there's worse days had by better people. That's for sure. So my goal is to make it alive to St. Paul's Church across from the YMCA today, and I got a long walk ahead of me. I haven't been to a Lutheran church in a long time. The last time I went to a Lutheran church was in the 90s, so it's been a stretch. And I've been to a lot of churches, but I haven't been to a Lutheran church in particular because it's been kind of a little bit of a pull on the heart for me. There's been a couple of angels that have come my way in my life and saved me from myself. Most recently, of course, my darling wife, Andrea. And I know she's watching over me right now. She's the Matrix. So that's kind of a nice perk to have. A lady that can change reality on a dime to make sure her idiot husband does not freeze to death walking to church. But I gotta tell the story of the miracle. I mean, the people these days are glued to their cell phones looking at cat videos and interactions with Karens and, you know, shaming people and embarrassing people. And, well, that's not what I'm all about. I'm hoping that someone sees this video and captures the joy of the miracle that I had just witnessed recently. Because it was just an amazing little miracle. Now, I know for a fact that the warming shelter is going to be open tomorrow. Well, I assume so, at St. Paul's Church here in Neenah, because the temperature, even though the wind chill might be like 30 below today, the actual temperature is going to be like 6 degrees. So according to their rules, when the temperature is below 10 degrees, the warming shelter will be open. So I'm hoping that my warm socks can get me there again tomorrow. And maybe I can even have a cup of coffee to warm me up. I'm hoping that perhaps some of the ladies that were working on the day that I went there and drew a Valentine for my beloved wife, I hope they're working, because they told me a story about an angel named Gabriel. And it was just the coolest story ever. Now, everybody in the world knows that's seen my videos that I have an autistic son, a nonverbal guy named Gabriel. I made him some toast this morning. His mom would be proud. But when I started talking to the sweet ladies that gave me the socks at St. Paul's Church, they talked to me about a different Gabriel, a nonverbal Gabriel that loves to swim, that loves to run away from home, that basically escaped one time, and they had to do a big search on Doty Island to try to find him. Now, Doty Island is up here to the left past Dairy Queen, so I'm gonna take a left here on Commercial, walk past Dairy Queen, and if I walked far enough, I'd get to Doty Island. Now, I joke with my friend $2 Bill about how they changed the name of it to Dotty Island and added 2 T's. He did not think that was very funny. What can I say? $2 Bill and I are just 2 grumpy old men. But I'm not giving up on him by any stretch of the imagination. And you know what? There's going to be a time where I get to take good old $2 Bill to church with me one of these times. I think he could really use getting out more and just being in a community of love, support, friendship, fellowship, and kindness that, well, that's the stuff that you find at church. Anyway, back to the reason why I didn't go to a Lutheran church is that's a little private. I don't know if I want to share that with the world. What I would rather do is share the reason why I need to go back to the Lutheran church. And that's because, is there a sidewalk on this side? I think there is, right? Wow, there's just so much snow. There we go. Yeah, so the little ladies at St. Paul's Lutheran Church told me about the great escape of Gabriel the angel and how the police basically had to track him down and rescue him. And I don't know if this is a sidewalk. I don't know if I'm walking on a sidewalk or not. I'm crossing the road. I know there's a sidewalk on this side. Or maybe they're just not shoveling it. I know that the people here at Dairy Queen are going to keep their sidewalk clean because look at that. Speak of the devil. Oh. Have a dilly of a day. Oh, maybe I'll have to stop back on the way and say hi to the people at Dairy Queen if I live. Now, so anyway, I went swimming with my son Gabriel yesterday, and that was the day after I went to the warming shelter on Valentine's Day. And Gabriel and I met a 9-year-old boy, a nonverbal autistic kid whose name was Gabriel. So, oh man, this sidewalk is not shoveled. Well, I'm going to take to the streets and hope I don't get run over. Come on, people. Get out there and shovel your sidewalks so people can walk to church. Oh. And it was just awesome. It was just awesome meeting him and seeing my Gabriel give another Gabriel a high five. Yeah, that's about probably 2.5 feet deep there. I don't want to be trudging around in that, so hopefully I don't get run over from behind walking the city streets. I see other people have walked this path here in the snow. Following the footsteps of other people. Well, we'll see how that goes. Oh. Oh, well, I'm getting close to the church, and there's nobody out here shoveling the sidewalks, it looks like, so hopefully I don't get run over. Big clock tower, and it says it's only 8:20 in the morning, so the time is good. I think church starts at 9:30 at St. Paul's today, so I'm going to make it in plenty of time. Oh, this part of the sidewalk at least is a little bit clear, so can make it hopefully in one piece. Now, well, a lot of people judge me for wearing shorts and having wind-burnt knees because the wind is just burning the crap out of my knees today. It's freezing. I wish I had a pair of sweatpants in my little bag here. You know, that would be prudent. But there it is. There it is. I'm going to have to stop here for a second and take a picture of Dottie Island. You know, I try so hard to bring joy to people, and man, a lot of times I just fail at every turn. Dottie with 2 T's. Dottie Island. I need to take a picture of this sign for my friend. $2 bill. Alright, I took a picture of Dottie Island from my buddy Bill. Now we got about 3 more blocks to walk to get to the church. Oh, I am lying. And I would be lying if I told you my legs weren't cold. But hey, sometimes you gotta take a journey. Hey! God, I love the police. Like I said, the police found 2 Gabriels, 2 nonverbal autistic kids named Gabriel, and returned them safely to their parents here in Neenah, Wisconsin. I'm forever grateful. All right.
Wait to cross Wisconsin Avenue at Commercial Street.
I will wait. Not long. I'm getting cold here.
Wait.
Oh, heck with it. I'm going. Oh, Ronnie. Ronald, I like your hat. Oh, there we go. It's 8:30. And there's Mrgrrr. Well, I'll see if I can remember how to treat frostbite in a little bit here once we get to the church. I remember specifically about hypothermia that if you lose your ability to think, chances are there might be some hypothermia going on in your life. But so far so good. Mrgrrr is thinking on all cylinders as he is. There's the Y. No water slide today either. Sadly. Even if it is open, we probably won't make it to the pool till around 3:30 today. So, but hey, see that in the distance? See that tower beyond the Y? That's St. Paul's Lutheran Church. That's my destination. And you know what? I think I'm going to make it. I think I'm going to make it. It's very curious how the water slide goes outside at the YMCA. In the wintertime, that is quite a refreshing little ride, to say the least. Now, they have a rule of thumb at the Y, and they say, well, if it's below 20 degrees out, we don't let the water slide on. I mean, you can see the big old icicles hanging from it. And it's 18 degrees today, so sadly, even if Gabriel was around when the slide was supposed to be open, it'd probably be shut down today. But that's okay. We'll just splash and play like we always do at the Y. Oh, and man, I would sure like to run into Gabriel and his brother and his sister. He has got a brother named Samuel. He's got an adorable little sister named Ariel, like the mermaid from the Disney movie. Hopefully there's a future very soon where my Gabe and the other Gabe get together and make the world a better place. Now, I want to stop up by the sign here by St. Paul Lutheran Church. And I have filmed this sign many times because on the whiteboards of the world, I have left a lot of wisdom. There is no experience better for the heart than reaching down and lifting people up. I wrote on a whiteboard at the monastery that walking around with a heavy heart can make you very strong. But if you can lift people up, it makes you much, much stronger. And if you can lift up enough people, you can lift the world. Now, my favorite thing that was on this half of the sign was the instructional advice of be the person that you needed when you were young. And I am very, very proud to tell the world that's exactly who I have become. Lost, lonely life lessons still ring true. Telling the truth only goes so far. It's not what we say, but what we do that truly defines who we truly are.